Hey guys, Dave here, and welcome back to another episode of FFBE War of the Visions. In today's episode, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I've made roadmap videos before for units, weapons, vision cards, and whatnot. This is going to be similar but different. All of those things were, helping you plan for, what unit might be best for you to pull, what weapons should you maybe focus on. I also normally do a video for each raid, what teams I think might be best for it. I can't always think of all of them, but I just put suggestions in there. What this is going to focus on is making your account as powerful as possible. Okay, so it's not, I like this character, or I want this waifu, whatever. This is how to make your account as strong as possible. So I'm going to give almost like a tier list, okay? And then based on that list, what you can do, what is the number one thing you can do to make your account stronger, the number two thing, etc. So I have examples of all that, and with basically raw calculations that you can't deny because numbers don't lie. Some people might think otherwise, but we're going to jump right in. And we're going to start with a quiz. All right, so here's our quiz. Which of the following do you think increases damage the most? All right, so we have a +5 assault weapon, okay? So we're assuming, for example, golden sword, 226, and then +5, so we're getting that 15 slash bonus or the 15 magic bonus on the platinum rod, etc. Okay, number 2, all job levels at 15. Now, some of you might not have raised them all up. I've done a couple. Venera, I've only done half, but she had 3 agility locked behind those levels right there. So yeah, getting them up to 15, depending on the character, can be very powerful. She might even have another agility or 2 points when I finish those out. And as you know, agility is super powerful. Number 3, best TMRs for buff. So I just finished the annoying or stupid box event, and I put Aldoa's Trust on Super Stern or Bling Stern or Emo Stern, whatever you want to call them. And I think that's probably one of the best things for him because it's like a mini bells, plus it has accuracy, plus you have 50% armor pen. So number 2 in the chain, he was already hitting for 13.5k. Crazy, right? The next, number 4, vision cards at max. Next, number 5, max Esper to match your buffs. So, for example, Stern might want Behemoth, which is what I had on 15 slash, and Light Killer for the thing, right? So that's going to help you max out damage. Plus your 10 out of 10 resident. Okay, then number 6, the latest strong unit. So while there's not a true power creep yet, we're slowly starting to see that with Sakura and Arim and the new Halloween units and whatnot. They all have what is it called, a master ability that gives 15% more damage of the same element type, or 10% for some of the MRs. So I think that's the beginning of a power creep, and then we're starting to see vision cards that have normal stuff plus an ability tacked onto them too. Okay, so number 6 would be aiming for that new strongest unit, something like that. And then number 7 is just a joke. I mean, I really do feel bad for Eileen, and Durando just got his own vision card. I'd much rather see them buff the actual units. But if it has to come down to that, then maybe Eileen should get a vision card that just gives her flat out 15 or 20 agility. Just give her 20 agility. That's all she needs. She does plenty of damage and has good abilities. Just 20 agility. But anyways, I hope you had enough time to think about it. But the correct answer is max vision cards. So let's go in and take a look why. All right, so the idea is quality over quantity. So it's kind of hard to see. It's up in the corner. I can't see it. But as you can see, Fenrir's at a lower level. And it's not a true logarithmic scale, but it's kind of like that. MRs aren't as bad. At level 70, you get 75%. But as you can see, you don't get 75% of the bonus until you hit level 98. And then going up the last level, one level, it gives you 25% of the bonus, and it gives you another agility point too. And as we just discussed, agility is very important. So it's kind of ridiculous. So vision cards, yes, they not by far when you're looking at just one card, but when you look at the entire group, single player, 5 cards, and then possibly a friend unit, yes, by far, vision cards will give you the biggest bonus. I have an example coming up, but as you can see here, many players, you might only have a level 55, maybe 70 at most. Well, 70, you're only really at half or maybe a little bit less than half of the full potential. So, someone who's like a whale, or someone who's, spent the time or used their MOG tokens, or going after it in the Whimsy shop, etc., they're going to have a much stronger account. And the beauty of vision cards are that you can use them on any unit. Any unit. Doesn't matter if it was the first, Medianic who came out day one with the game. Doesn't matter if it's a unit 6 months down the road. You can use it for any of those units. And I'm sure some of them will be power crept a little bit over time. Maybe a lot in the long run. But being able to use them on any unit, and being able to have 3 in PvP, right? You could have 3 max ones, 5 to 6 in single player. It's just absolutely huge. So let's take a look at an example next. Okay, so this is an example of the team. I guess I could show you a real picture after this of the team that I used. But this is what I used for the box event. I used these 5 units, and I used those 5 vision cards minus the Ifrit. I threw in House of the Scion there to give me the agility. I would have done more damage with Ifrit, but I learned my rotation for like a 7,300 average with the agility, and I didn't want to touch it. But let's just take a look. So I compared a level 55, which I figured is what most free-to-play players are going to have, a 55 of most of these. Maybe and a level 70 of the MR card. That's what I figured. Okay, and then I took those stats, and then I subtracted the difference from a max level 70 or level 99 version of that. So the group gets a 33%. 33%. That's absolutely huge. 33% flat out bonus across the board. Okay. Then you're getting 218 attack. Okay, that's split between, if that's split between all 5 of the vision cards. Okay, it's not just on one unit. But just for a reference, when I gave Iridia, the nerd, 115 magical orb from one of the latest raids, that gave her like 8 to 10% damage. Okay. So you're looking at maybe a 20% damage loss there overall. Okay. Then 2 units, Venera and Stern, they're losing out on 6% single target dark attack, which is 6% added on. Then you're losing on 26% overall from Ifrit. That possibly, I'm not sure if it pulls from the base stat or the total attack that you have, and then if so, what order does it do that in? So like I'll have to test it later on to find out exactly. Okay, then Super Stern has that card, whatever that is, I don't know what it's called, to give him the max damage bonus there. So he gets an additional 470 damage max just from going up to the max level on that. I'm sorry, I think I said 70 before. 50 to 70 is what I meant. Okay, and then the double dragon or double-headed dragon, you gain 1,237 damage up to a total of 2,500 over the level 55 for the entire group. And I mean, that card alone is an absolutely huge difference right there. Because, you know, my Stern will go from hitting maybe like 11K, and then all of a sudden he's going to hit like 12.5 or something like that. And then my Bling Stern, I only have an 85 Dragon card, right? So I'm still missing like 15-20% of the max potential. And he was hitting for 13.5 max. So he was hitting for 26.5K with his double hit when I was doing the thing. So, and I only had the double Dragon and what's his face? Diablos at level 85. Okay, I had the other ones at 99 and 70. But yeah, guys, it makes a huge difference. If you add up all of those things right there, I mean, even in a conservative estimate, you're looking at 80 to 100% more damage. So, I mean, if you already have a strong team and you go into arena or guild battle and you're like, oh my gosh, this other team looks strong. Oh, look, they have a coral sword on their Orlando and everything. And then you just go in them and it's just like they just get booty clapped or something like that. It's like, what happened? Well, you know, they probably figured +3 armor was okay. Oh yeah, you get the +20 just by getting the coral sword to, you know, max level or +30. So yeah, I don't need to get it to +5. And oh yeah, you know, yeah, I'll just focus on my favorite units and not vision cards. I mean, hey guys, the game is ultimately for you to have fun, and I'm not criticizing you in any way. Again, this video is to give you advice, to help you make your account as strong as possible. Not get your favorite units, right? You know, not build a team, you know, like an all-spear team, or finally find a counter for rain or something like that in PvP. This is strictly to make your account as strong as possible, okay? And vision cards are the #1 key to that, okay? Okay, so I'm just going to throw this in as a bonus. This is the setup that I actually used. Now, I don't have like max everything here, but you can see that all of my espers, they're basically, they all have slash, right? So I'm getting the best bonus from them. I made sure my resonance was up. I made sure my bravery was up, right? Super Stern has the apron there to do more damage and AP. Shadow Lynx has the bells, so she can get me 6 hits in. Venera has the Luna Verve to pop on herself, Ziza, and Stern, and it's kind of wasted except on Stern mostly, because Venera doesn't do much hitting until the end. And then Ziza uses Miranda's armor, which it's still at level 1, but she uses that on Stern and Super Stern to boost their damage. So that's why my Super Stern is able to do so much damage the second turn, or the second hit in the chain, even without a big chain, because he's got all of these things backing him up. Now, I do have a +5 golden sword, but it's only 165 out of 226. So, I mean, I'm probably losing out on like 6% damage right there. It's pretty bad. But yeah, vision cards, again, like super powerful. And, you know, like having one, yeah, it's still going to get you, you know, maybe like double what you would get at level 55, maybe a little bit more. But when you have 5 of those, and then when you borrow a friend who also has something for other events other than this and whatnot, oh my gosh, it makes a world of difference. Like, I can easily auto farm any of the brutal events without any of my characters dying. If there's status effects, I just put the status effects items on them or throw Ayaka in there, and it's just easy peasy. Yeah, I know I've spent money on the game, but if you focus on, let's say, like a slash team, or if you focus on units that are going to synergize with one another, like not just, okay, I have one magic user, good, I'm set for magic user. Okay, one healer, one tank. Well, I mean, that's great. You'll have a well-balanced team, right, for different situations, but it's well balanced, but it's not strong. Okay, to make a strong team, you need to focus on a certain strength. Okay, so you're going to go all out slash, all out dark slash. You're going to go all out pierce. Okay, you're going to go all out magic. So like if you just throw one magic user in there and then maybe Ayaka as your healer, then like at max you're just getting Ramu in the other one, right? So I mean just think about like what is your like dream team? What is your optimal team? Okay? And then build and plan your vision cards, your gear and everything around that team. Okay, I know maybe some of you guys, you have longer term goals. Like for example, tomorrow, I tried to rush this out tonight because Laswell and Glacelia are coming out and they're both really good. Laswell's an ice chainer. Glacelia is our first spear unit and she's water and like a water lancer, chainer, and chain capper. So, I mean, they're both really good units. And if you have the leeway, I would definitely recommend going after them. But we're still in the Fenrir banner period, I believe, until the end of this week, something like that. So if you happen to pick up Fenrir, I would definitely recommend, farming the Whimsy shop and getting those extra shards while you still can. Like, especially if you're free to play and you don't want to buy any paid packs that come up for select in the future. So I think there's one banner up right now. This appears soon. It's like 2K and you get 100 select shards. So that's huge. So, I'm not saying change your pull strategy. I mean, again, do whatever you think is best, but just really consider, like the whole team. And that vision cards go further than units, right? Because you can have like Echoing Screams, which is plus 35 slash, right? And your whole team, like 50% of the units in the game right now are slash. So, like, hey, if your Orlando or your Stern don't work in something like there, then maybe you could throw in like Warrior of Light or Ramza, assuming you have the unit. And regardless of what element you're going up against, right? Slash is going to be good unless they have high slash, right? So I would say probably slash is your best bet, but again, don't put all of your eggs into one basket, right? And don't forget that coming up in the future, we're going to get the shards and stuff. Maybe we're not going to, but hopefully we will get the stuff they're giving out on JP, so you don't have to use your rainbow shards on anything but UR units, so you can finally start leveling up your MR and your SR units and stuff, because there's a lot of good ones out there, especially coming up on JP. There's another Saria level 1 that was released with Sakura. Absolutely excellent unit. So I'll stop this slide here because I could literally talk forever. Alright, so not going to spend much time here. But a lot of people might think, oh yeah, +3 weapon is fine. I see this all the time, but is it really fine? I mean, why stop part way, right? So like my philosophy is go big or go home, right? If you're going to work part way, you might as well finish it out, right? And I understand, not everybody has all the time or the energy pots and stuff like that to do it, or you just don't feel like spending half of your Saturday afternoon joining multiplayer or whatever, and I totally understand that. But maybe do a little bit of planning ahead. Use some sites, see what's out on JP. If you don't know and you want to know, come on my Discord and PM me. I don't care. I'll answer you anytime. I'm usually pretty quick at turning the messages around, and I can help you plan out like what weapons are going to be best for you, so you can get them ahead of time. But if you want to be really strong in this game and like compete with some of the top players, like you can do that. Like I have some free to play players, 100% free to play on my Discord, whose accounts rival whales in certain situations because they put the time in and they do a lot of proper planning. Okay. So again, like I'm here to help. Shoot me a question if you need it or whatever. But definitely like weapons, armor, accessories. If you're gonna go for it, like go all out, or at least get all the recipes so you can build it later or slowly over time. All right, so I threw this in kind of as a bonus. Just like out of all the characters that are coming up, I think these are the ones to focus on, in my opinion. And I will explain why. Okay, because I think they're the best for the most different types of events, especially like raids. And raids and box events get you the best items in the game. Okay, so forget PvP, forget I want to be the best at this, forget this is my favorite character. Again, this video is being made for I want to be the strongest, right? So Glacilia, new spear meta unit, very strong, triple attack, good chainer. Okay, good for raids, good for PvP, good for pretty much everything. Laswell, armor cutter, double hit, works with Gilgamesh, Agrias, Freyeva, Victor teams. Very good unit. Cecil, he's going to be the number 1 unit for the next box event for Kane's spear and Rose's bow. Very good unit, very good trust. It's like a portable version where you can select where it goes for Ramses' shout. Kane, again, very strong unit. Slow limit burst up to 50%, works on bosses, can drain life, can slow the enemy. I already said that. Can cut healing. Very strong unit, but cannot chain. But slightly a meta changer. Very good trust as well with agility. Sakura, the ability to debuff multiple elements in one hit. The ability to attack with light and lightning. And to buff allies. New master ability to buff the group's damage with the same element of light. Then you have Lardo, which is the bottom right. He's going to be the first strong fist user. Finally, thank you, Gumi. So we finally have a fist user in the game, and new Kaiser Knuckles, 180 attack, assault. I'm going to pick those up for sure if I get them. I haven't gotten them yet on JP. Maybe I'll get them later. But great unit, and he also has the new master ability. Halloween Liderudida. I think it's supposed to be Little Leela, making fun of her name because nobody can ever say it right. Oh, that's cute. Not. She's going to be really good. She's basically, in my opinion, a PvP version of Irudia. Irudia has like Spellblade, and I don't even remember what the other one is. But they don't really match PvP. Irudia has White Mage in addition to the nerd job as her main one. So that's really good. She has all the damage output. She has a raise, and I think she has normal holy too, guaranteed hit. Don't quote me on that. And then her trust is, you lose 10% defense and spirit, but you get 80% magic and 30 accuracy for 3 turns, and it has 5 agility on it. Like, holy cow. Like, that's like the ultimate glass cannon thing for magic. So, those are like the units that are on my radar coming up. Based on all the other units I've seen, some of them are limited time that I don't really care about, and I don't care about the bathing suit units whatsoever. But I think all these units are really good, so you might want to check them out. All right, and finally, I promised you like a tier list, and here it is. Now, I mean, vision cards without a doubt are number 1. Okay. Then your +5 assault weapon. Again, this is just for damage. It's not I want to hit the target. It's not I want to crit. Assault, you're guaranteed to do good damage every hit. Okay, crit might be the better choice sometimes, but that's just an example. Now that or number 3, in my opinion, might tie, right? Because, like, let's say we have the Golden Blade where we're getting 15% there plus 226 attack. But let's say we put Odin on, Odin might be a little bit better, but when we have to switch to something that's not like a human or whatever, it might be a little bit less because you might be getting like, I don't know, 100 attack or something and then 15 slash, right? And then number 4, getting max jobs, okay? That's up to 12, and then all your skill levels. And then obviously your limit break. And then 5 is going that extra step to get the hard to get up to 15 to unlock your extra stuff. I mean, some units you might end up unlocking like an extra 4, 5, 600 life or even more too. I think like Engelbert was going up like 57 or 60 a level. It was pretty high. Okay. And then number 6, TMRs for content. So that thing definitely helped. Old Doa's Trust, the loincloth, really helped Blingstern a lot in that battle. But, the vision cards, the +5 weapon and stuff, without that, it wouldn't have been much of a gain, right? Because it's 50% pierce, but if you're doing, like 2 damage, right, it doesn't matter. So you have to have a strong multiplier to begin with for that to work. So it's again going to depend on the situation, but like overall, using the law of averages, I think this is pretty accurate. Maybe not 100%, but pretty close. So just use it as a benchmark. But again, if you haven't really focused much on vision cards and you want to become stronger, I would definitely suggest doing that. Like now, my JP account, it started when the Mathematician came out. I've been playing it ever since, not super hardcore, but casually. And I have a full team of 99 units. They all have +5 weapons. I've farmed all that stuff out because they were very generous with the pots, I guess because they don't have the advertisements like we do. So I still have like almost 400 and I've bought 0. So I farm the events, get those. The armors, I usually +0 5-star them and just forget the slash bonuses and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a huge power gap between my global account and my JP account. And the biggest contributing factor is the vision cards. No matter how you look at it. I'm looking at like level 40, level 55, if I'm lucky, like level 70, because I've hardly spent anything on that account and whatnot. So yeah, guys, like I really hope that this was useful for you. Yeah, so just again to recap, I know it was like the typical long video. I hope I can learn to create a little bit shorter videos in the future. I apologize, but I try to cram so much information into them. And I know this is one of those kind of like hero collector games where you try to collect the whole, gotta catch them all games. But at the same time, it's, I'm one of the players who always strives to be number 1. I don't want to be number 2. I want to be number 1. So I like to research all the little nuances and whatnot. And, I've already seen, 4 months into the future on JP, I check all of the JP videos daily. I mean, recently I've been very disappointed because most of them just parrot the news. It's like, I can open up the notices and read the news myself. Are you kidding me? So like, give me some real content. Some of the only couple people who give real content nowadays are I Am Game, the talking cat, Maichin, which does some good arena videos, and then some other weird tributes to Glacialia. And then the other guy is Taku, which he's like the free battle master and has a lot of useful tips if you understand Japanese. But yeah, I hope to see some more informative videos on JP in the near future other than just pirating the news, because anybody can do that. I mean, yay metrics, right? So again, guys, thanks for watching. Please let me know in the tips below if this helped you or not. I know a lot of people just from the comments I read and what they say, it seems like most people are only focused on the characters, and then they're like, oh, why is this so hard? Why is this so hard and stuff? You're like, hey, have you noticed how strong the vision cards can make you? So just let me know what you think below. If you liked it, I'll try to make more in-depth versions of this in the future to help everyone out. Again, thanks for watching, and see you next time. And if you're pulling on Laswell or Glacilia, then best of luck to you. Take care.